guys, what's up good people? It's your girl Wambui back here on your screen with a new video. In case you are new here, karibu sana, and in case you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to this channel. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do a red velvet cake. So as of now, I think you already know baking is my newfound love because I've been putting out baking videos back to back. So we did a basic vanilla cake and now I did a marble cake just the other day. If you have not watched those two videos, please go and watch those videos and learn how to do those cakes. And today I'm going to be showing you how to do a red velvet cake. And yeah, so welcome. If you're a new member, please consider subscribing. In this channel, you do videos around cooking, cleaning, organizing, lifestyle, and everything in between. Just me showing you my life. So yeah, enjoy and have fun. So these are the ingredients of our red velvet cake. Meanwhile, I'm preheating my oven 180 degrees Celsius and top and bottom heat enabled for only 20 minutes as we mix our batter. So let's go. Okay, so these are my ingredients for today. In this bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a pinch of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch or corn flour, and a pinch of salt. I'm going to be using 2 eggs. These are 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to be using 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. This is my buttermilk, and you guys, when I say a cup, I mean using my measuring cup. So if I measured 2.5 cups of flour, I used this cup. So this is 1 cup, and then I used the half, which I think is here. So this is what I used, half, to measure my flour. So this is also margarine, and in this case I'm using a half cup of margarine, and I'm using Prestige. Prestige is best for baking if you don't have butter. And I think that's it. This is buttermilk. I'm also going to be using some color. This is cooking food color. This is red velvet, my moon color. It's the best in the market. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of flavor, so I'll use vanilla essence, the clear one. You can use either the dark or the clear, and a tablespoon of white vinegar. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. I'm also going to be using a blender. Nowadays I'm just obsessed with using the blender, and I'm going to be using this sieve and this mixing bowl. So yeah, let's start cooking. So in my mixing bowl and using this sieve, I'm going to be sieving all my dry ingredients. So I'll start with the flour and then add the other dry ingredients such as cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and the cornstarch. So the essence of sieving, as I normally tell you guys, is to incorporate some air into your flour and also to remove any hard lumps or dirt that is in your flour. So please sift your dry ingredients before you start mixing your cake batter. So using my whisk, after sifting all my dry ingredients, I'm going to give them a very good stir for everything to mix well and in proportion. You do not want some parts having too much baking powder than others. You just want everything to mix properly. So give it a very good stir and then put it aside, and we'll start on our wet ingredients. Okay, so for my wet ingredients, I'm going to start by mixing my butter or my margarine with the sugar. Now, if you have a mixer, good for you. Please make good use of your mixer, and you want to mix your sugar together with your margarine until it forms some sort of crumbs. That is combining both sugar and the butter. I don't have a mixer, and I don't think my whisk will do it for me at this point, so I'll just decided to combine it using a spoon or a wooden spatula until it combined before now I put it in the blender. You can put everything in the blender and just blend, but I decided to do this today. I don't even know why, but yeah. First of all, mix in your sugar and your margarine or your butter before putting any other ingredient, and make sure that it is properly mixed, and then now you can start adding all your other wet ingredients. So not so well mixed, but partially, and I'm going to throw it now in the blender together with all my other ingredients. That includes eggs, my vinegar, my vanilla essence, some color, some buttermilk, and all that shebang. And then you're going to blend it all together to get a very nice, smooth, consistent, wet ingredient butter, not butter, like the wet ingredients. And then we're going to be using it to fold in our flour, and we'll have our cake batter. So now once that is blended, I first decided to line my baking tin, and in this case I'm using this sufuria. You guys know I love this sufuria because it's similar to an 8-inch baking tin, and it's heavy just like a baking tin. So what I'm going to do, I'm spreading some margarine on the bottom of the baking tin before I put my parchment paper. So spread some margarine on the bottom of the baking tin, and then apply the parchment paper as you're going to see me do, and then put your cake batter once you're done mixing, and throw it in the oven, right? So yeah, let's prepare our baking tin, and this is what I'm using. If you do not have this baking paper or parchment paper, as you may call it, don't stress. Once you are done smearing your margarine on the baking tin, please make sure you have smeared all of the areas, even the sides, and then dust it with flour, and you'll have lined your baking tin. You don't need to use a parchment paper if you don't have. So yeah. My baking tin is ready. My dry ingredients are also ready and wet ingredients done. So what's left is for us to fold in this flour using our white ingredients to create a cake batter. So add little by little as you fold in your flour for you to until you get the right consistency that you like for the cake. So I'm going to be adding little by little of my wet ingredients, folding in this flour until I achieve the correct consistency for my cake batter as I'm showing you. Also, if you have a cake mixer, be sure to use it, but if you don't, use a wooden spatula or a mwiko as we call it here in Kenya. So yeah, don't stress, because at this point you don't really need to overmix your cake batter, otherwise your cake will start sinking in the middle. So just use a lighter hand. You don't really need a heavy hand for this, but if you have a mixer, again, put it on the low and don't overmix your cake batter, but use it to mix. Once you are done with putting your cake batter in your baking tin, tap it to remove any large air spaces, and at 180 degrees, put it in your oven and allow it to bake for the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you're going to be checking whether your cake is ready. This is me doing that, and as you can see, my cake is not yet ready here. The skewer is still coming out wet, so I return it and add it 10 more or 20 more minutes for it to be done. So baking degrees is 180 and time 30 to 45 minutes. So my cake is ready and I've let it cool for around 20 to 30 minutes, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to run this butter knife around the circumference of my baking tin just to remove the cake off of the sides, and I'm going to turn it into a plate and we're going to cut it and see how it turned out. From the looks of things, it looks that I did a good job. So let's turn it, cut it, and taste it.
Wow, you guys, this cake looks beautiful. It's dried properly and it's not super oily, and it just looks nice. It's moist and tastes yummy as it looks. So try out this recipe, and please don't forget to tag me on Instagram, and I will be sure to repost your post, and I'll be happy that you guys are learning from me. So that's is it for this video. Allow me to enjoy my cake, and I think I will see you on the next one. Also, don't forget to comment down below and let me know what you think about this video. And until then, bye guys.